Cajun capital of the world.
I'm the average Lafayette, Louisiana kid.
See, I'm back on my...
Hey, fellas. Hey, Brady Review said, congratulations. Say what's up, y'all. Yeah!
People that have courage don't have no extra gene. There's no difference in you. The difference is, are you going to sit down when it's time to stand up?
Welcome in to another edition of Cajuns Review post-game edition. As Raging Cajuns fall in their third game of the Sun Belt Conference tournament by a score of 4-3 to the Texas State Bobcats. What's up, everybody? It is late. It is 12:51 in Lafayette, Louisiana. And I felt like we need to do this. Just, I know some of the parents on the way home from baseball games listen to these. And we love getting calls as well. So I'm going to throw that number up here real quick. We'll keep this up during the thanks to our sponsors in a second. Sorry, I've had a little bit to drink. It is 12:51. I'm tired. I think we're all exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. Before we go to that break, I do want to say Ty Roman had a career game today, boys. Looking forward to what he can do in a regional environment, which I think we've already solidified. And Texas State playing, I think, if it's in my opinion, to be the fourth team in from the Sun Belt at this point. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'm with you, Tyrell. How do you sleep after this? Man, I don't know. Grant, relax. I think we're in. We're good, man. You just look. We've won 19 out of the last 24 games. We'll get into that in a second. I think Pruitt needs to be in a starting role, not in a cleanup role. But again, we got to thank our sponsors. When we come back, please call in. Keep giving us your ideas, your comments. I want to share those. Be back in a second.
We'd like to thank the following partners who make Cajuns Review possible. Our title sponsor, the Best Stop Family Market, with locations in Katy and Baytown, Texas, Toledo Bend, Karen Crow, and of course the official location opened in 1986 in Scott. Visit the Best Stop and ask about the Cajuns Review tailgate platters. Gulf Coast Bank, title sponsor of the Tailgate Show every Saturday, 3 hours before kickoff. Planet Radio 106.7, Lafayette Roofing, The Yard Goat, Yes Please Branding and Marketing, Old Time Grocery, Stride Safety Solutions, Eat Lafayette brought to you by Lafayette Travel, Cajuns Hydration, and Dr. Brett Venable at Recovery Chiromed. And we'd also like to thank our Patreon sponsors listed here. For only $2 a month, you too could have early access to uncut interviews before they air here on our shows. You also get an exclusive Patreon icon next to your name on Cajun Threads, the official message form for Cajuns Review. If you are interested in joining as a Patreon, visit us at patreon.com/Cajuns Review. Thanks to all of our corporate and Patreon sponsors for making this show possible.
And we will get to the comments in just a second. I do want to wrap up the game. Of course, Louisiana was on their way to the semifinals tonight. In the bottom of the ninth inning, up 3-0. Let's talk about Ty Roman. He was outstanding. Carried a no-hitter into the seventh inning. He struck out 8 over 6.1 scoreless innings. Constantly worked out of trouble. Kept the Bobcats off balance all night. Career game for Ty Roman. Let's give him a hand right now. He deserves it. Louisiana got the first run in the third inning after Owen Galt walked, stole second, and then eventually scored when Maddox Mandino bunted him to the plate after a Texas State error. Not flashy, but a 1-0 lead. Texas State, by the way, defense was crap all night, so that pisses me off more that they played like shit in the field and we still let them get the win. Had the opportunity to break things open a couple of times when we loaded the bases a couple of instances, but we're only able to score, I think, 2 runs off of that. Stranded 8 runners and went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. That might be the stat of the game. And then in the 8th, Lee Amadei doing Lee Amadei things, solo homer, almost 400 feet, gave us a 2-0 lead. And then in the 9th, you felt like that insurance run by Donnie LaSalle was going to be it. He reached on an error, Galt singled, and then Rodriguez brought him home with a ground out to make it 3-0. You felt like we were in good shape. And then Texas State came back and scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th. I think the story of the game for me was going to Sawyer Pruitt at that point in the ballgame. Sawyer has been struggling out of the bullpen. He's gotten himself out of a lot of trouble. I like Sawyer as a starter. I don't like him as a reliever. And that's no hit against the kid. I think you have a lot of great pitchers who would be terrible relievers. I'm not saying he's a terrible reliever. I think his job is to be a starting pitcher. He's always been a starting pitcher. He needs to be a starting pitcher. I still don't understand the thought process there. Parker Smith, you felt, had the stuff to close it out. I think you bring him in instead of instead of Pruitt at that point. We may win the game. I will not comment and blame anything on the officials tonight. I will say that the batter that walked to load the bases, or I guess to score a run to go down 3-2. 3-2 count, pitch thrown exactly where the other 2 strikes were thrown. Exactly. Like there was no difference. Call ball 4. In a crucial position in the game, then the next guy comes in and, scores 2 runs. That's how close we were to putting it away tonight. And then the play at second where Blaze tossed, I think Owen tossed it to Blaze, and I guess Blaze was slightly off the bag. I don't know. They looked at it for a long time. To me, it looked like his foot was still on the bag when the kid hit the bag, but whatever. Okay, you have time to recover from it. But I think Sawyer got screwed on that ball 4 pitch. But the point of the matter is we continue to do this, and this is a disturbing trend because we did it against Coastal, and we got out of the grease. You can't keep doing that every game. And I'm going to go to what Bryce said. It's going to be tough to really make noise in a regional when we can't. I mean, you got a 3-run lead in the 9th inning. They haven't hit the ball all night, and you give up 4 runs. I mean, I'm not worried about the regionals right now. I'm worried about next game. And next game, we're going against Coastal Carolina, who we've won 3 out of 4 games in the last week. Going 4 for 5 is going to be really difficult. And I don't know what our pitching situation is. Who do you start tomorrow? My idea was a well-rested bullpen would bring Sawyer out to start the game in the semifinals on Saturday. That would have made sense to me. You bring Sawyer out there on Saturday. You don't pitch him today. Bring him out on Saturday. Let him get the start. Johnny Holstaff it after. And then hopefully you win that game, and then you're in the championship, and guess what? We might see Cody Brash again. But tomorrow, I have no idea. That might be when Deggs was saying J.R. Tillett has to win the tournament. We have to count on him to win the tournament for us. I mean, he may be right. But I don't want to take this out of anybody to take this out of context. I'm still a huge Sawyer Brewer fan. I just don't like him out of the bullpen. I wanted him as a starter. I wanted him to start on Saturday after winning this game because we should have closed it out. We've seen this story before, guys. I mean, I don't understand why we keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. We've seen this story. We've seen what happens when you bring Sawyer into those positions. He's gotten out of it a few times, but not so much other times. And again, this loss is not on Sawyer. You're up 3-0 in the ninth. Got to close it out. Let's talk about RPI. So taking a look at the RPI, Louisiana falls 2 spots to number 38. Texas State now number 37. They move up several spots in the RPI. So that is going to be interesting to see if they end up making it to the championship. That would mean we'd have to beat Coastal and then beat Texas State twice. What pitching do you think we have to win 3 in a row right now? We don't. Grant, I understand you're having CDS. I think we're solidly in. I really do. The way we have finished the season, I think, who are you going to put in? Kentucky? Kentucky's 36. They went one and done in the conference tournament. They didn't win a conference tournament game. And don't give me this SEC bullshit. They have a losing record in the SEC. There are other teams that have done the same ahead of us in the RPI. So I think again, I think we're in. But my only concern is winning one more game. And again, you beat Coastal, you move up, you lose to them. I don't think we drop much. But we've put ourselves in a position to where we're even questioning it at this point. You beat Texas State today, and none of us are asking these questions. Talking about weather, most likely what they would do at that point, which I don't doubt. I'm sure they're going to get the first game in tomorrow. But I think after that, they would declare the undefeated teams, the quote, winners to move on and then figure it out from there. So if you lost the game, you're out of luck. But I don't know what that looks like. We're going to see. We're going to see what they have. Bryce saying D1 baseball said we're closer to a 2 seed than a bubble. I agree. Look, guys, I understand we're watching RPIs, but there is so much more that goes into those decisions. And the way the Sun Belt has played baseball this year, I don't see us not getting 4 teams in. I said that 3 weeks ago. We're the number 5 RPI conference last time I looked. In fact, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Conferences. Oh, well, it's not there. Bear with me 1 second. I want to pull up the conference rankings. Here we go. Right now, you got SEC number 1, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, and then Sun Belt. And we are, I mean, really, we're pretty much right with Big 10 and Big 12. Then there's a bigger drop between American, Southern, and Conference USA. So when you're talking, if you're going to call us a Power 5, you're going to call Power 5 schools, whatever, we're ahead of the AAC. But again, you got to close out these games, man. I mean, we've been playing so well. And I started getting, I don't know what it was, but going into the bottom of the ninth, I said we did it. We were able to pull it out against Coastal, but sometimes your luck will eventually run out there, and it's all about momentum. And we gave Texas State momentum, and that's what happened. But it's been a long day for those guys, too. I can't imagine the disappointment for the guys on the team right now. I mean, the message to them at this point is just, hey, one game at a time, boys. One game at a time. We got this out of our system, hopefully. But don't let it happen again. Can't let this happen again. You get another win over Coastal, though, man. Then people can't deny the fact that we beat Coastal 4 out of 5 times this past week. Really hard to do. But I'm more interested to see what our pitching situation will be. I think Coastal will be in better shape, obviously, than we are at this point. But is this J.R. Tillet's revenge tour? Is this going to be the story of J.R. Tillet coming out, sticking it up their ass? And I'm here for it. Let's have fun the rest of the way, boys. Let's just have fun the rest of the way. We still got a chance to win this damn thing. Would be very hard. Instead of winning 2 games, now you got to win 4. Now you got to beat Texas State twice. Now you got to beat Coastal for the 4th time in a week. But drink up, have fun. I think things will work out in our favor. At least as far as the NCAA tournament goes. 866-454-RAGE if you want to call in. I know some of the boys are listening on the patios. We had a lot of stuff going on tonight. We had some people at Legends. I think Lane was visiting his girlfriend at Legends tonight. We had Cole on the back porch, RC somewhere in Nashville, hopefully not getting arrested. I'm in the flats. How do we sleep after this, boys and girls? That's my question. How do we get some rest after this? I don't know. I'm going to be thinking about this one for another hour or so. But just opportunities, man. Opportunity you had tonight to close it out. Pick up more RPI points and get yourself in such a great position. But I'll go back again. I wanted Sawyer to start. My thought when we got the 3rd run is let's hold Sawyer for Saturday. We can figure it out. Let's bring Parker out, save Sawyer for Saturday. Just couldn't get it done. Let me pull up the conference schedule for tomorrow, see what time we play, because I got to be honest with you. I didn't even really think about it. Go back to that ball 4 called that should have been a strike. That I know I'm not going to get hung up on officiating tonight, but I still can't get over that second to last batter where we put the ball where. So I mean, Sawyer put the ball where it was a strike call twice in that at bat, and you get that call, and we're not even having this conversation. We're having a much funner time. All right, championship schedule. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. 11 a.m. Troy will face Southern Miss. We come out at 3 o'clock to play Coastal Carolina in an elimination game. And then the loser of Troy and Southern Miss will face off against South Alabama. So tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock Central, is when the Cajuns will be playing. Hopefully not the final game of the tournament, but really, really an uphill battle from this point forward. And again, you had a chance. You had a chance to close it out. But just couldn't get it done. I'm going to try to find an appropriate song to take us out tonight because you know what? I'm tired, y'all. I am tired. And I need some sleep. I think we all could probably use some sleep. That's not what I wanted. Let's try this one. No, that's not what I wanted either. What is going on, man? I can't get this to work. Hold on. There we go. All right. There we go. Long day, long night, long evening, long game. But thanks for hanging with me tonight. Appreciate you all for joining us tonight on Rage and Review After Dark. I'll try to do this again tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock, the Cajuns take on the Chanticleers in an elimination game. Man, I'm so sick of playing those guys. I'm tired. But we'll see what happens. For all the boys at Rage and Review, I am Nicholas. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Try to get some sleep. And until next time, as always, go Cajuns.
Much to lose. Better days. Better days.